So welcome back. In first class, we derived equation of trajectory equation for projectile. Sir, what is meant by trajectory? The path followed by a projectile is called trajectory. What, sir? The path followed by a projectile is called trajectory. In the trajectory, we derived equation. In that equation, y is equal to, we got this equation, y is equal to tan theta into x minus g by 2u square cos square theta into x square. In the tan theta is taken as a and g by 2u square cos square theta is taken as b. Then we got y is equal to ax minus bx square. So from this equation we said the path of projectile is parabola. Okay. Next, after t seconds, what is the velocity? In previous we discussed displacement along x direction. After t seconds, x is equal to u cos theta into t, y is equal to u sin theta into t minus of gt square. Okay, we derived these equations. Distance along x axis, distance along y axis. Then what is the displacement vector? So after this we write displacement vector. So displacement vector already I said in starting, we can write like this. Displacement vector s bar is equal to x into I cap plus y into j cap. This is the displacement vector after t seconds. X is equal to, we know, u cos theta into t I cap plus y is equal to u sin theta into t minus of gt square into j cap. This is displacement vector after t seconds. Okay, sir, we want to calculate magnitude of displacement vector. Magnitude of displacement vector we are writing like this. Magnitude of displacement vector s bar is equal to magnitude of displacement vector under root of u cos theta into t whole square plus u sin theta into t minus of gt square whole square. So this is the magnitude of displacement after t seconds in case of projectile. Okay, similarly we can write velocity. So in projectile motion, initial velocity is resolved into two components. The component along horizontal direction is u cos theta and the component along vertical direction is u sin theta. We know only horizontal component is u cos theta and vertical component is u sin theta. After t seconds, the particle is at point t. Sir, then what is the initial velocity vector? Sir, simply we can write initial velocity vector u bar is equal to, so here velocity along x axis is equal to u cos theta. So we can write initial velocity vector ux into I cap plus uy into j cap. Ux is equal to u cos theta into I cap plus u sin theta into j cap. This is initial velocity vector. Initial velocity vector is 1. Okay. But what about velocity vector after t seconds? Now we calculate velocity vector after t seconds. Sir, velocity vector along velocity vector after t seconds. You know initial velocity. We know velocity along x-axis after t seconds. Vx is equal to ux plus at. Ax into t. But acceleration along x-axis is equal to 0. That's why velocity along x-axis Vx is equal to ux is equal to u cos theta. Acceleration 0 plus 0 into something is equal to 0. Velocity along x-axis Vx is equal to u cos theta. Okay, so this is velocity along x-axis. Similarly, velocity along y-axis is equal to Vy is equal to uy plus ay into t. This is velocity along y-axis. Uy along initial velocity along y direction is equal to u sin theta. Acceleration is acting vertically downward direction, but here body is going vertically upward direction. So both are in opposite direction. That's why we take a is equal to minus g into t. So that is equal to u sin theta minus gt. So this is velocity along y direction after t seconds. Now to get the direction of velocity, you draw tangent. Tangent gives the direction of velocity at that point. So after t seconds, v is velocity. The component along horizontal direction is vx, and the component along vertical direction is vy. Vertical component is vy and horizontal component is vx. Suppose this velocity making an angle alpha with horizontal. Okay, the velocity vector after t seconds making an angle alpha. Then first you write velocity vector after t seconds. Velocity vector after t seconds we can write like this: v bar is equal to vx into I cap plus vy into j cap. Okay, velocity after t seconds vx into I cap plus vy into j cap. Vx is equal to the component along horizontal direction. Velocity does not changes. That is equal to u cos theta. So u cos theta into I cap plus vy is equal to u sin theta minus gt into j cap. So this is the velocity vector after t seconds. U cos theta into I cap plus u sin theta into t minus gt into j cap. Horizontal component of velocity does not changes throughout its motion. Just the vertical component of velocity changes. Then how to find here angle? To find the angle, we use this formula. Tan alpha is equal to we know equation vy by vx. Tan alpha is equal to vy by vx. Vy is equal to u sin theta minus gt. Vx is equal to u cos theta. So from this we can write that implies theta is equal to tan inverse of vy by vx. Alpha is equal to tan inverse of vy by vx. Vy value you know, vx value you know. Substitute, then we get velocity equation. Velocity after t seconds. Okay, so like we can find velocity, initial velocity vector velocity vector after t seconds. And next, if you observe here, the particle simultaneously traveling along horizontal direction and vertical direction. What maximum height it reaches? What maximum height it reaches? Again, I am drawing diagram. So in this condition, body traveling along vertical direction, after reaching one point here, what happened? Its height gradually increases. Suppose if you observe here, height value gradually increases up to certain value. If you observe this point, at this point, height is maximum. Again, after that point, again height value gradually decreases. Height gradually decreases. So why its height gradually decreases? Height gradually decreases. Why? Because by going in upward direction, its velocity gradually decreases and it becomes zero at certain height. At which height vertical component velocity is equal to zero. This height is called maximum height. Maximum height denoted by letter capital H. Okay. In case of projectile, what happens here? Horizontal component gradually increases, horizontal displacement. But what about vertical displacement? If you observe the diagram, vertical displacement initially increases. Okay, it reaches one maximum value. After reaching that point, again its height gradually decreases and it reaches same horizontal plane through which it was projected. It reaches horizontal. So at this point, after reaching this point, it is coming down. Why it is coming down means in upward journey, vertical component velocity gradually decreases. Vertical component velocity gradually decreases, and after reaching this point, its component is equal to 0. At which height from the plane, that height is said to be maximum height. So again, after reaching maximum height, it is coming down. Coming down, it is vertically downward direction and simultaneously traveling in horizontal direction. So after that, it having two component of velocities. At maximum height, it having only one component of velocity, that is horizontal component of velocity. In horizontal direction, velocity does not changes. Along horizontal, velocity does not changes. So that's why horizontal component of velocity does not changes. It is equal to u cos theta, and vertical component velocity gradually decreases. After reaching maximum height, again vertical component velocity increases. Okay, vertical component velocity again increases. Sir, from this point we projected, you assume this point is taken as a O, and this maximum height point is taken as A, and it reaches the same horizontal point at a certain point, that is taken as B. The horizontal distance from O to B, this horizontal distance is called range, denoted by letter R. The horizontal distance from O to R, this is called horizontal distance is called range. Range denoted by letter R. Now we calculate maximum height and range. Next, one more term is there, that is time of flight and time of ascent, time of descent also occur. Time of flight means the time taken by the projectile to reach from point O to point B, that is called time of flight. The time taken by a projectile to reach point B from point O, that time is called time of flight. Time of flight denoted by letter capital T. The time taken by a projectile from O to A, that is called time of descent. The time taken by a particle to reach point B from point A is called time of descent. Okay, time of ascent. Time of ascent denoted with letter T suffix A. Time of ascent, the time taken by a body to reach maximum height from the point of projection, that is called time of ascent. Time of descent, the time taken by a body to reach the same horizontal plane from maximum height is called time of descent. denoted by letter TD. Time of flight, the total time spent in air is called time of flight. So this time of flight is equal to time of ascent plus time of descent also. Now we derive time of ascent and time of descent equations. So time of ascent and time of descent, you consider vertical motion. In vertical motion, velocity reaching point A is equal to 0. That's why Vy is equal to 0. But what about initial velocity along y direction? Uy is equal to u sin theta. So from first equation of motion along vertical direction, Vy is equal to u sin theta minus g into ta. Okay, from first equation, Vy is equal to uy plus gt at will come. But in this condition, along vertical direction, final velocity equal to 0, uy is equal to u sin theta, and here ay is equal to minus g, and t is equal to time t is equal to ta. Vy is equal to 0, 0 is equal to u sin theta minus g into ta. From this, time of ascent ta is equal to u sin theta by g will come. This is time of ascent. Okay, sir, in this condition we are neglecting air resistance. If you neglect the air resistance, then time of ascent is equal to time of descent. Neglect the air resistance. Now we are discussing so that concept only. If time of air resistance is considered, we will discuss in next class. Now air resistance is effect of air is neglected. Then time of ascent is equal to time of descent. Time of ascent is equal to u sin theta by g. Time of descent is also equal to u sin theta by g. So then time of flight t is equal to time of ascent plus time of descent, that is equal to 2u sin theta by g we will get. Okay, so this is one method to derive the time of flight, and one more method is there to derive the time of flight. Sir, if you observe time of flight, the time taken by the projectile to reach point B from point O. If you observe from point O to point B, there is no vertical displacement. Okay, in that time, vertical displacement is equal to 0. Vertical displacement Sy is equal to 0 in a time t is equal to capital T seconds. T is equal to capital T seconds. Then vertical displacement is equal to 0. You know vertical displacement equation. Vertical displacement equation uy into t minus plus of ay into t square. So this is equal to 0. Vertical displacement equal to 0. Uy is equal to uy is equal to u sin theta. U sin theta into t is equal to capital T. Ay is equal to minus g. So that's why minus of g into t square is equal to 0. Okay, Nandi. So take that side. Then we get u sin theta into t is equal to of gt square. So both sides t get cancelled. We can get time of flight t is equal to 2u sin theta by g. This is one more method to derive the time of flight. So the total time spent in air is called time of flight. Okay, so time of flight, time of ascent, time of descent completed. Next, now we calculate maximum height and range. So maximum height, if you observe the maximum height, at maximum height, vertical component of velocity is equal to 0. Vertical component of velocity is equal to 0. And the initial component of vertical velocity is u sin theta. Ay is equal to minus g. But here height is taken as a, distance is taken as s is equal to h. Displacement along y direction is taken as h meters. Sir, if you observe here, V, U, S and A are there. The relation between V, U, A and S, Vy square minus Uy square is equal to 2 Ay into Sy. Okay, రండి. Vy square minus Uy square is equal to 2Ay into Sy. Vy square is equal to 0 minus Uy is equal to U sin theta, okay, రండి, whole square is equal to 2 into Ay is equal to minus G, Sy is equal to capital H. So from this maximum height H is equal to U square sin square theta by 2G will come. This is expression for the maximum height. Sir, if you observe time of flight and maximum height, time of flight t is equal to 2u sin theta by g and maximum height u square sin square theta by 2g. These two are depends on sin theta. Time of flight, okay, time of flight is directly proportional to sin theta. So if theta value increases, then sin theta value is also increases. Theta value 90, then sin 90 is equal to 1. So time is maximum at theta is equal to 90 degree. So theta value increases, then time of flight increases. And in this condition, if you observe u square sin square theta value increases, sin theta is also increases. So if you increase the theta value, maximum height also increases. So this height will be maximum when theta is equal to 90 degree. That is said to be vertically projected body. Again it goes into one dimensional motion. Okay, right? So h is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. So if we can write from this, u sin theta is equal to initial velocity along vertical direction. So we can write maximum height equation uy whole square by 2g. Okay, right? Maximum height h is equal to uy square by 2g. Similarly, time of flight t is equal to 2 into vertical component of velocity divided by g we can write. Okay, right? So that is equal to t is equal to 2 into uy by g. Here we can derive relation between time of flight and maximum height. Sir, from this maximum height and time of flight, from this we can write u sin theta is equal to tg by 2. From this u sin theta is equal to from time of flight equation, u sin theta is equal to gt by 2 will come. Sir, you substitute this equation, then you get to maximum height h is equal to g square t square by 4 into 2g will come. From this maximum height h is equal to g square t square by 8g square will come. 8g will come. So gg get cancelled one time. Maximum height h is equal to gt square by 8 will come. Or from this time of flight t is equal to under root of 8h by g will come. Okay, so this is the relation between maximum height and time of flight. Okay, so maximum height and time of flight relation. So t is equal to root over 8h by g, or maximum height h is equal to 8 gt square by 8 will come. Next, now we derive the range equation. Sir, range, what is meant by range? The horizontal distance covered by a body in time of flight is called range. What, sir? The horizontal distance covered by a body in time of flight is called range. So horizontal distance, we know x, horizontal distance is equal to x is equal to ux into time of flight t. Generally we can write formula x is equal to ux into t because acceleration along the horizontal direction is equal to 0. So in time of flight distance is taken as r is equal to ux into t stands for time of flight. Sir, from this we can write range r is equal to ux into time of flight is equal to 2 into uv by g. So range is equal to, from this r is equal to 2 ux into uy divided by g. This is the expression for the range, horizontal range. R is equal to ux is equal to, we know ux is equal to u cos theta, u cos theta. Uy is equal to u sin theta, u cos theta into u sin theta by g. If you multiply, then you get to r is equal to u square into 2 sin theta into cos theta by g will come. We know 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. So then we can write range r is equal to u square into sin 2 theta by g. This is an expression for the range. Range r is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. Or we can write r is equal to 2 ux into uy by g. Or you can write like this, r is equal to u square 2 sin theta cos theta by g, since 2 sin theta into cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. Okay, so like we can derive equations for maximum height, range and time of flight. In next class we continue. Okay.